morning to you from wherever you are connecting from. I'm your brother and friend, Reverend Victor Egwelu. Welcome to the 3rd edition of our teaching on addictions, the consequences, the triggers, and ways to break out. We first talked about masturbation and pornography, and the addiction and ways to break out the trigger as well. If you have not listened to it, quickly look for it and listen to it. It's on our page here. I also talked about, last week I talked about laziness and procrastination, which I thank you so much for your responses and how it's helping people. Very quickly, I want to really talk to you on flirting. Somebody may ask, is flirting also an addiction? Yes, and you will know it is an addiction when you are trying to break out of it and you are not able to break out of it. Now, what is flirting? Flirting is a social and often playful behavior used to often express interest or attraction towards someone in a romantic or a playful way. So I come again and say it is a social and often playful way used to express interest towards a person in a sexual and a romantic way. So this is flirting. Now let me quickly say before I go further that there is a thin line between flirting and caring. A thin line between flirting and caring. And what this video will help you know is to know where you are leaving the caring and entering into flirting. Like I said, once there is a romantic and a sexual undertone in your conversation with that person, whether a male or a female, then you have left caring to entering into flirting. Are you getting it now? Now, what are the triggers of flirting? What are the triggers? Number one is compliment. You are married and someone else is your love. You are married and someone else is your darling. Even when in your heart you are not building any work, the person you are communicating to is building something there. When in your heart you are calling somebody sweetheart and you are married to somebody else. Now, number one is the compliment you give. So your compliment should be, oh, thank you so very much, man. Thank you so very much, sir. If you want to make the person very close, thank you so much, my sister and my brother. You have sent a message of care and a message of love to that person, but placing the person on a zone. You cannot be dating your brother or your sister. Alright? So number one is the compliment. This is one of the triggers. Number two is teasing. You are teasing a lady, see your big bumps and your big ass. A lady that is not your wife, or you are not having anything to do with, you are sending also a message. Now, even when you want to care, many a times I've seen ladies, maybe somehow they are not dressed in the best way. There are ways you communicate your message to them and they understand what you are saying, and they know that this person is harmless and does not have any negative or sexual influence. And number three is your body language. Consistently looking at the eyes of somebody you're trying to work with, African language, caught eye, for someone that you are not having something to do with, you are passing a message, and that is also flirting. Also touching. There are some of you that like to touch, you like to hug and all of those stuff. Yes, there are ways we hug and there are ways we touch people. You can shake, you can even hang your hand around the shoulder of somebody. But going beyond the spots, there are also ways that these things are done. It means that you have certain thoughts in you, and even when you don't, you are already passing a message. And also conversation. What conversations do you have with some persons and all of these things? Now, one of the negative area in conversation is that you may communicate with somebody you do not have any negative or sexual thoughts towards, but just because of care, and you have used certain words. In the end of the day, the person assumes that there is something that you guys are having because of the sexual and romantic undertone in your conversation. Now the person comes to tell, maybe you are even in a relationship or you are married. This man, I am also having something to do with him. And when you are trying to validate yourself, when evidence are brought out, the words you use can actually indict you into what the person brought against you. So these are 4 ways or 4 triggers that lead us into flirting, that breaks the wall of caring into flirting. Now, I want to give very quickly 2 ways out of flirting, because for so many of us, we are actually under, let me say, that some of you are already in relationship with 5 people and you are not aware. You just assume you are caring, not knowing you are already dating 5 persons unknown to you. Before you go to bed, you are telling somebody you are not in a relationship with, I love you. You are sending a negative message. And if the person does not understand that message, sir, you're already flirting. And that may indict you someday. Alright, so 2 ways how to break out of flirting and 2 ways to break out of flirting. Number one is you must set clear boundaries. Now, even when there is a need for you to use such words, the person must have an understanding of why such words are used. And if you are in a relationship with somebody, the person too should understand, so that when eventually they want to use that to indict you in the nearest future, the person you are with, your spouse, is aware that actually this is how I communicate with these persons. There must be access to what to do with these persons. That, number one, set boundaries. Number two, there must be access. If you are with somebody already, you are married, the person should have access to all of these persons who you are trying to show care for. Most times when I'm trying to do counseling for female, I ask my wife, please be there. She sees the discussion. She sees everything that happened. So tomorrow, that person cannot bring an allegation from a counseling of care. Do you understand? So one, show boundary. Number two, be open to your spouse. Then number three, you must seek support. Now, if you see that it is not working, in all of these 2 points I've noted, if you see that it is not working, seek support. Look for a professional. Sir, I'm a very caring man. I'm a very caring woman. But it seems as though my care leads people on. What should I do to come out of this? I hope these clips helps you. God bless you. You are blessed. Let's comment. Let's share. Help that brother. Help that sister. So that you don't build a wall and you are not aware you have built a foundation in the heart of somebody and tomorrow it becomes a problem. God bless you. A blessed day.